Aliyekuwa msajili wa mahakama Ann Atieno Amandi amejitetea kuhusu tuhuma za ulaghai kwenye sakata ya dhahabu iliyosababisha akaunti zake za benki kusimamishwa kwa muda. Kwenye mahojiano ya watu 11 wanaotafuta kiti cha mwenyekiti wa tume ya uchaguzi na mipaka IEBC yaliyoanza hii leo, Amandi amesema kuwa tuhuma hizo hazikuwa na msingi wowote, kwani hajawahi kuhusika na biashara ya dhahabu. Aidha, hakimu mkuu wa mahakama ya Naivasha Abdul Kadir Lorot Ramadhan, ambaye alikuwa wa kwanza kuhojiwa, na amesema kuwa yeye ni mtu ambaye ana uadilifu wa hali ya juu, hulka ambayo ameidhihirishia kwenye kazi yake.
It's true that there was an order that was issued freezing my accounts, and I agree with you that the allegations are extremely serious. My response is that there was actually no reason for me to be in that case and named as the first respondent, because the firm that is involved, I resigned from it in 2014. And I was very busy in the judiciary. There was no time even to go and, get into any kind of practice. So for me, it was a malicious attack, and which is something that is, when you're in public service, you must be ready for. Public service at certain levels is not for the faint-hearted. So it was an attempt to shake me, an attempt to mudsling my reputation, because I've upheld my integrity. I do not have skills in gold trade, and I had nothing to do with it. In fact, for the interest of this commission, I came with copies of the decision of the High Court that vitiated the decision freezing my account, and also the decision of the Court of Appeal, which agreed with the High Court and basically found that I had nothing to do with it. So I have the decisions which I can share with the Secretariat.
There are bigger contributions to be made in this institution, in the sense that there are recommendations that were made by the Supreme Court in the last election cycle, and part of that is concerning timelines, how we are able now to negotiate these timelines and create greater period. Because when we were writing the first Supreme Court rules, election rules, to try and balance these timelines of 14 days was very difficult. How then are we going to give parties time to file their documents, within which the time frame for filing documents, and ensuring that by the time the petition is ripe for hearing, there is sufficient time? And you would see that the Supreme Court is always caught up by time. That's why they have to hear cases late into the night. And we are all glued, and I think the tension in the country is even much there is gripping and much more difficult. Of course, there are those who enjoy the sessions, but I think it's important that the Supreme Court is given sufficient time. So one of those would be that timeline. The second one would be the corporate governance of the IEBC, how we are able now to ensure that it has a face for itself, that it's able to have internal processes that are able to deal with internal issues, and also to create better ways of doing business as IEBC internally, and how the commissioners relate with each other, how the commission relates with staff, how commission relates with the players within the sector, that also the stakeholders, and then how does the commission then relate with major stakeholders like Parliament and the executive.